Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you're all keeping well and staying safe and staying healthy. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you about how I lost the baby weight after I had my baby. If you're interested in finding out how I did that, then please continue watching. I'll be completely honest and say that I actually didn't gain that much weight when I was pregnant. And I was also very fortunate to have a belly-only pregnancy, if that makes sense. So I was extending forwards instead of growing outwards. In total, I went from about 53 kgs to 65 by the time that I gave birth, which was a total of 12 kgs that I gained. And when I gave birth, the baby was 3 kgs. And there was the amniotic fluid that I lost immediately, and I also delivered the placenta and the umbilical cord, so that took a bit of the weight as well. So I would say on the day I gave birth I came down about 5.5, 6 max kgs in total. By the time I left the hospital, I still looked about 5 months pregnant. Your stomach doesn't go flat immediately, but then, as they say, if you breastfeed, that helps a lot. And in my case, it really helped a lot. By the time I was 6 weeks postpartum, I almost had a completely flat belly. I think for me, that's the one thing that I can say really helped. The second thing that I did is that I wore a waist trainer that my mom gave me. She used to use it and then she gave it to me just after I gave birth. Basically, I would wear it throughout the daytime and then take it off in the evening. I did that for about 2 weeks, mostly because waist trainers hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it was painful, so I couldn't really stick with it for a long time, even though I wanted to. I wanted to wait until my stomach was completely flat. I couldn't stick it out, it hurt too much. Something else that I used was heat therapy on my belly. That was something that my mom told me that I should do. So I had hot water in a bucket, and then my cousin would dip a towel in the water and then just slightly wring it because the water was boiling hot, and then put it on my belly. Now what that was supposed to do was to help all the gunk inside me to come out and not, stay and harden in my belly. Something else that helped was portion control when it came to my food. So just after giving birth, that wasn't a problem. I was very disciplined when it came to the amounts that I ate. After 6 weeks, I then started on the contraceptive shot. And now with that, one of the side effects is an increased appetite. Like, it was serious. All I wanted to do was to eat a lot of food. Like maybe 2 people's food in one go. I noticed that the milk that I produced at the time was a lot creamier looking. Does that even make sense? It was thicker, it was less watery looking. But then more milk and more healthy milk meant more breastfeeds for a baby. So still, that helped to keep the weight off, even though I was now eating more food overall. Another thing that kept the weight off, though it's not the most healthiest thing, was stress. So I was a new mom. I was studying for 2 actuarial exams and I went back to work, and I still had to human at the end of the day. There were so many times when I thought I was going to lose my mind because it was all just so much and it was just weighing down on me. But that stress was also kind of useful for keeping the weight off. I know it's horrible to say something like that, but I am being honest. That's honestly my feeling on part of why the weight came off. I weaned my baby at about 5.5 months, which was early October. And when that happened, I was still tempted to eat like extreme portions. Like, I was still breastfeeding. My body still craved that extra full feeling, but then I had to control myself and stop doing that. And now I'm pleased to say I am eating like a normal person again. So with the weight off and everything, I've noticed that my body is a lot flabbier than it used to be. So currently I'm working on toning it. So I've been running every morning. not even sure I can call it running, because what I'm doing currently is 750 meters around the complex. It's very little, but each day I'm working on running a longer distance before I start walking. And then I've also started finishing the jog off with a sprint of about 100 meters. I'm hoping that I'll graduate into doing a second round, then a third round around the complex until I get to 5 kilometers in total. I hope that all the new moms and all the expecting moms found this useful. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!